What up, my dooskies? We out here on that there Red Bull straight reading skin, and got us some MX bikes. Yeah. Okay, so I haven't played this game in a year, at least. At least it seems like it's been a year. It's been a while. You guys know I haven't made like any videos on this, and when I'm not making videos on something, I'm not really playing it. So that should, kind of give you a little bit of information on how much I'm not really playing this game. Oh, the triples, dude. That's the one thing on the Supercross tracks that kind of a little more difficult for me at first is getting those damn triple rhythms in. Because just the way you kind of huck something and fly through the air is actually quite a bit different than MX Simulator. It's a lot more different than you'd think. Okay, so there's a monster-ass jump right here. Let's see if we can hit it. Oh, I'm going to hit the middle line. Oh, yeah. There you go, Spence. I don't even know where okay, here. Okay, so this is kind of cool how they have this is actually a default track in the game, okay? And when you touch the center line, it's like, bitch, we're not going to let you continue at all. So, yeah, don't touch the center line, boys, at all. You can go all over the countryside. You can go plumb off the track, anywhere you want to go. Just do not touch that center line. You know what I'm saying, boys? And then it kind of puts you through this like little pre-start thing, so you got to wait. And I don't know, it's trying to kind of be like the actual straight rhythm, So, whatever, that's kind of cool, I guess. But it's just cool to see this as like a default track in the game, because it is quite a bit different than most of the other tracks. You would have thought this would have been like a custom track in the game, but it's actually not. Damn, overjumped that a little bit, but it's okay. You really gotta land the downside of that second triple to be able to triple again right there, They're definitely and then you end up like a dumbass. Whenever I hit my back brake, for whatever reason, my front end comes up. Like, what the fuck? I just noticed that, like, yesterday. When I got on here for, like, 2.5 seconds, I hit my back brake and the front end was coming up. I was, like, really confused. I don't know if that's, like, a bug. Maybe that's just all in my head. That's definitely possible. Okay, there's that line. I don't know if you can jump to the further... I don't know if that's really feasible or possible or not, but... Let's hit them waves, baby. Woo! Okay. There's a run for your ass. Alright. See if we can pop a Willie No Squilly Wet Willie Wednesday. Ooh! Yeah, the leaning seems to be a bit different here. I don't know if that's like just me or what. Kind of cool. It's got that little screen up there as well. But cool to see this in a game that doesn't have a whole lot of stock tracks on it. Kind of cool. Like, MX Simulator doesn't even have a straight rhythm stock track, you know what I mean? But it'll be interesting to see how much the custom track community can make in this game over time and stuff like that. That's really going to be how much longevity the game ends up having over a long period of time. Can I just like come over here and restart my shit? I don't know if I can even do this. Oh, it would help if I could get up the objects. Good God, Spence. Is that going to reset me? Yeah, back on the track. Okay, so you have to go in here, return to pit like this, and then it resets another run, so you got to wait, and then you go back to the track like this. Okay. So either way, guys, I just wanted to hop on here. Going to check this track out real quick. It is Red Bull Straight Rhythm. It's just called Straight Rhythm in the game because they don't want to pay Red Bull. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of funny, but I don't blame them. But kind of funny. You can see my little tracks coming off of the metal start gate grate. Oh shit! There you go. Professional, boys. Don't worry. Yeah. This is just one of those games, like, you just got to play it for a minute, and then you get it all back, Just like any simulator, really. I think I could be hucking this right here, too. But it may not set me up very good for this rhythm. Then I'm doubling like a little bitch. Yeah, it's like where your front wheels are, or where your wheels are actually touching the dirt is a little bit different in relation to the fenders than what MX Simulator seems to be like. Like, to me, that's what it feels like. Oh, and by the way, I'm pretty sure I'm running stock-ass suspension, too. Like, I don't think I've adjusted on that at all in this game. So, yeah, just, you know, letting you guys know that. And of course, when you're on here in a video and you're live and your face cam and all this, it's like 10 times harder to actually run a decent lap or run a decent, you know, speed. Any sort of simulator game that you play, it's a lot harder than people think to focus when you're trying to focus on talking and, you know, you're making a video live. Like, it's so much harder to play a simulator like that than it is like an arcade motocross game or, you know, Call of Duty or whatever. I'm pretty sure that little metal grate's got a different traction to it, too. Pretty for sure that's the case on that. Let's see if we can huck this. Oh, yeah. I think you can triple. So I think there's something in this game as well that has changed since like a year ago, since the last time I played it, that seems to feel like you don't pop off as much as you used to. It's almost like they've adjusted a little bit in the physics to where you don't, it's like I'm not really popping off. Like I can over jump and just, you know, land super flat on something and I won't pop off. So I'm not really sure why it's doing that, or it seems to be a little bit more beginner friendly, user friendly. You know, I'm just not popping off the bike as much as I normally used to in this game. It seemed like I used to in this game. Maybe they fixed a little bit of their buggy when you landed. It kind of did the jackknife and then you died like instantly. Maybe that was like a fix to that. I don't know. I really don't know, boys. Let me just try to run a lap. Let me try not to talk here. Let me try to run a fucking lap. Or a run, whatever you want to call it. Oh my god, that metal grate's kicking my ass. It just like instantly spins the ass end around every time I come off of it. It's just so like hard trying not to hit that middle line. Because it's actually pretty narrow of a track here. You know what I'm saying? There, finally popped off on something. Oh, shit. I had a half a run going there, boys. I just wanted to prove that I could hit the bigger line right there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to go all the way through this gameplay and not even show the bigger line that I could hit, but I can hit it. It's just, you'd have to give me a day playing this game to really get it to where I could do it while I'm live talking and all that kind of stuff. So starting in second gear definitely seems to be the better option on the start gate. For sure. 100%. You just got to be like so minute with the leaning and the turning in this game. It's almost like you just got to let the bike do its own thing in a certain sense, you know? There we go. Now we're feeling that vibe, boys. Now we're getting her going. I don't know if jumping, maybe you could jump to there. And see, you shouldn't even really be able to jump the speed check things. Like on MX Simulator, you can't even really jump the speed checks. You know what I mean? Because they're so steep. And you would pop off if you tried to land on any sort of rhythm. Like, you can't really jump speed checks in MX Simulator. So they have them sort of rolled off in this game to the point to where you can just jump the speed checks like they're a normal-ass jump, you know? So it makes that aspect of it a little bit bizarre, but woo, hitting those whoops, baby. The whoops aren't really that difficult. You just got to hold it wide open and don't lean, you know? Don't turn, don't lean, just hold that gas wide open. That's basically the whole trick to hitting the whoops in this game. But yeah, the wheelies seem to be a little bit sensitive, like touchy. So you got to be real easy on the throttle when you're practicing wheelies in this game, which it's that way with MX Sim too. It's interesting when you play a game like MX Simulator, then you come to another simulator, because it's the same in a lot of ways, but it's just like a different realm, just like a whole different. So it's like very similar in a lot of different ways that you ride the bike and do things, but it's just a little bit different than. It's a lot different than MX Simulator in a lot of ways, but it's similar in some ways too as well. Woo! Got close to hitting that piece of shit. Okay, we're not going to be able to hit the big huck there now. But that line seemed way easier than like rolling the speed check and then trying to do it like a double, triple, or whatever. That seemed way easier than hitting, like going the slower route right there. Hey, you see, you might be able to jump that speed check too. Let me see if I can do it. It's going to be kind of tough to string all this together, boys. But I don't claim to be like a professional MX bikes player. I don't even try to be really good at MX bikes. I play this game like 2 or 3 times a year or maximum. I don't even play this game. You know what I'm saying? If I really sat down and played this motherfucker, I could really be scooting on it. But I just don't care enough to play it that much, I guess. I don't know. The only game I really play like that nowadays is MX Simulator. That's just the only one and it's really hard to dedicate that much time to multiple different motocross games like it honestly is. Kind of pisses me off a little bit that it resets you when you hit the middle line, because it's such a narrow track when you're just on one side, and when you're in here on single player, why does it do that? Like, I'm kind of confused on why it does that. It's like, what? I thought I reset the track. Apparently not. I still see my fucking skirt marks on the metal grade here. Okay, let's see if we can get this shit, boys. That's a hell of a rhythm, though. Like, that's some of the biggest rhythms I feel like you can hit in this entire game. Is coming off of one of those speed checks, doing like a triple in from the speed check. See if we can get it. Just trying not to steer too much. Oh, see, you think you're not going to come up short, but then you do. It's very interesting in this game. Like, it's like the pitch, the angle of the bike doesn't angle down as much as you think it would. So you think you're about to land something perfect, but then all of a sudden your back wheel barely hits the top of the face, and then you lose all your momentum. So you almost have to jump a little further than you think you would, right? Or it's like with MX Sim, that's what I mean by the wheels to fender ratio, where the tire's at to the ground to the fender. It all seems to be a little bit different than MX Sim in that sense. That's what's got me just a little bit thrown off on like where I'm at, where I'm landing exactly, you know? And then shit, here I go hitting the middle line again. It's like, fuck, you can't hardly even, I don't know, you can't hardly even stay straight. Like, the easiest way to stay straight in this game is just don't turn. Just don't turn at all. Do not turn. Because the stability of it, or the arcadey physics side of it, kind of holds it up for you. And it seems like when you start turning, it starts getting kind of buggy, and it's like you're trying to turn into a motocross corner, which you don't really want that on a track like this at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just trying to guide this missile. You're not really trying to steer it much at all, because that will jack you up in this game. Okay, there's that. See, it's like once you start barely getting a little bit of a wobble, or a little bit of a turning, it just wants to go to some other complete dimension. Like, I don't know. That's just kind of bizarre to me that it's like that. But either way, you can jump sort of to that table. Almost did a fucking double front flip to triple handstand. I don't really know what that was, but okay, let me see if I can get this rhythm. Dude, I'm wanting to just hit this whole fucking thing like I know I can hit it. And of course, you know how with simulators, it's like reverse steering when you're like sitting there and going really slow, but then when you pick up speed, it's normal steering. So there's all these things that it's like this game is just not quite developed to the point of MX Simulator in quite a few different areas, you know? It's like just certain little things in this game just feel not quite as developed. Okay, triple, nipple, double, huck this bitch, hell yes, triple to the table, fuck! Oh, that was a big line. That was a big line. Then I skirted onto the little sideline. So you can jump both walls or speed checks. You can literally double or triple both of the speed checks. I don't know if you can triple the second one, but you can definitely triple the first speed check. You know, because you can get just enough speed into it, but then you got to hit that next rhythm to be able to hit that second speed check and double it. So you don't even have to roll any of these speed checks like you would on a MX Simulator straight rhythm track or whatever. They're not even peaked out enough to where you have to roll them, which makes it really kind of bizarre, honestly. Like, I just wasn't expecting it to be like that. Shit, here I go again. It's like, I just don't want to steer because I know it's going to give me that janky little knifing type shit when you land. It's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. They need to fix that to a certain extent. Like as soon as you land and you're just barely turning, it's just like instant jackknife, right? They need to fix that in some kind of way. And of course, yes, there are quite a few different little settings and stuff you can set in the game, but I don't think that's as much as a setting thing as much as it is an actual physics needing an improvement type thing. You know what I mean? I think it's more of a physics thing than it is a actual like setting in the game. I think it's more of just the way the physics are in this game. They're just kind of like that, you know? It's more of a realistic turning in the corner physics than it is like landing off of a big jump and hitting a rhythm physics. You know what I'm saying? It's like it works better in motocrossy corners, but not as good when you're jumping, landing, and supercross rhythms. That's what it feels like to me anyways. It's just not quite as good for that. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay, there I did kind of overjump a little bit, but it just sucks because it almost feel like you can move a little too much in the air in this game. Like, not move too much, but almost to the point where you feel like you're able to actually move where you're at in the air, which if you know real life, that's not fucking possible. You can't literally move your position in the air like you could on some arcade motocross games. Kind of feel like that's maybe part of the issue. I don't really know, but they've had this problem from the very beginning with this game. The whole, like, as soon as you land, it tries to jackknife on you. Like, this game's kind of been known for having that sort of problem to it for a while now. See, I'm not turning at all. Literally at all. You couldn't even do that with, like, you might be able to triple into that, maybe. Oh, getting that table, though, is a bitch after that, doing the triple to the table. Woo! But yeah, it's like I'm just scared to even lean or turn or anything. It's so weird. It's almost like it's bizarre, but if you know MX Simulator, you have to turn and lean for things to work properly. There's that jump. Not sure if you can triple, but you definitely don't want to just double because then you're going to do that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain it, but it's just you got to know both games pretty deeply to know what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying I know this game super deep, but I just know kind of the general what it's felt like over a long period of time and the things that they've changed, the things that haven't really changed. And that's one thing that seems like it just still kind of feels buggy and janky to me, is the jumping, landing, and once you land, what it does to your steering. That to me still kind of feels a little bit jacked up to a certain extent. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Woo! That's pretty fun hitting that shit, though. Like, pretty fun, dog. Okay, let's see if we can jump this even further than we were. Oh, my fucks. I don't think so. I don't think you can. Because that second speed check is so sharp and short, I don't think you can jump all the way to there. So this next speed check, cannot. Oh, yeah, I think you could do it if you had enough speed before to triple off that speed check, and then you're kind of hitting this next thing here. So it would be like you'd triple to, oh my god, this fucking shifting down and then shifting up. There's just some things in this game I just feel like, and then it spawns me backwards. There's some things in this game I don't know. I mean, I guess it's cool, but like, it's almost like they try to make certain things too realistic. And I know that sounds crazy coming from me, but the whole like realistic, gearbox shifting and then having to shift down before you shift up, I don't know. I just don't know how much that really adds to the game versus takes away from the game. You know what I mean? And that's the way I've always said about simulators. You want them to feel as real as they possibly can, but it's still a game at the end of the day. You don't want to make it so realistic that it takes away from the gameplay elements of the game, right? And I feel like certain aspects of this game, it can kind of feel like it takes a little bit away, you know? Let me just wreck my shit. That's a pretty sharp jump right there, though, for sure. You got to, that one you probably need to be leaning back just a little on. Okay, let's see if we can hit this. Damn, I can't hardly get any speed, and then I just smack off of that. You're not going to be able to do it because there's two little, like, rollers before it, two little roller whoop things before it. I don't think you can triple from there. Maybe so, but I don't know exactly. Then that, you jump to there, jump triple up out of there. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much the somewhat bigger lines of the track, but either way, just want to come out here and check out this track, dudes. So this comes with the game. You don't even have to download a custom track to get this, so that's kind of cool. But I'm excited to see what they can do with this game over, like, the next 5 years. I think it's got some potential. You know, it'll be something really to look into in the next 5 years, but as of right now, it just still kind of feels like it's not, I don't know how to explain it's just not as good for, like, supercross steep jump, you know, jump rhythms and shit. It just feels like it's not really that kind of game yet. It's more of just a motocross slow turning in the corner physics, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dude.